All right, Raiders fans, let's dive into some of the latest updates surrounding our beloved Las Vegas Raiders. And believe me, there's a lot to unpack here. First off, we need to address the situation with Jackson Powers-Johnson, who has officially been placed on injured reserve. That means he's going to be out for at least 4 weeks, and realistically, there's a strong chance this could be the end of his season unless the Raiders manage an unexpected late-season surge. Now, I know it sounds a bit optimistic to think about a 10-7 record, but hey, in the world of football, anything is possible. The hope is alive, but at the same time, the state of our offensive line is something that's giving me serious concern. It's one of those issues that could haunt dreams for a long time because of how crucial protection and coordination are for the quarterback and the entire offensive scheme. While there's still no update on Dylan Parham, who's reportedly dealing with an ankle injury, the expectation is that he might miss a few weeks as well, adding to the uncertainty of the offensive front. The real challenge comes with Alex Kappa, who could be starting at right guard against the Dallas Cowboys team that's already got several new faces on defense, which is never ideal. On a more human note, it's important to recognize how Jackson Powers-Johnson is handling this situation. Despite the injury and the uncertainty that comes with being sidelined, he's reportedly in good spirits and feeling the support of fans and teammates alike. Social media has been filled with messages of encouragement, and it's crucial for him to know that the Raiders Nation stands behind him. The coaching staff's handling of JPJ has been under scrutiny in the past, and injuries like this can raise questions about a player's future with the team. Right now, though, he seems motivated and supported, and that energy is what the Raiders need as they navigate through the challenges of the season. Seeing JPJ post a moment with Max Crosby, showing camaraderie and solidarity, highlights the importance of team chemistry, even in tough moments. It's not just about what happens on the field. It's also about the mental and emotional resilience of the players, and the outpouring of love from fans clearly has a positive effect. Moving on to the roster adjustments, the Raiders made a surprising choice by not signing an offensive lineman after JPJ went to IR. Many would have expected the team to either promote someone internally or bring in a new lineman, but instead, the team focused on other areas, which could be a subtle but encouraging sign for younger players like Caleb Rogers. Drafted in the 3rd round, Rogers might actually see the field against the Cowboys, and that could be a valuable opportunity for the Raiders to evaluate his potential impact. The team could experiment with line configurations, perhaps shifting players like Charles Grant or Stone Forsythe to different positions to adapt to the challenges ahead. Not signing an offensive lineman might indicate that the coaching staff has confidence in the internal options and is ready to test their depth in high-pressure scenarios. This is where creativity and strategic thinking become critical, and it will be fascinating to see how the offensive line performs under these conditions. On the defensive side, the Raiders made a move to add linebacker Jamon Davis, a former first-round pick out of Kentucky, to the active roster. Davis has experience, having played in 54 games and starting 36, though he hasn't started since 2023. While he might not be a game-changer, his athleticism and ability to contribute on special teams could provide the Raiders with flexibility. There's even a possibility for him to be utilized in a role similar to Jamal Adams, offering energy and intensity that can impact both defense and special teams. The key here is adaptability. Davis might help reduce the snaps for someone like Devin White at linebacker, allowing White to focus more on pass-rushing responsibilities, which could be crucial for the team's defensive strategy. This kind of roster management reflects a forward-thinking approach, as the coaching staff looks to balance experience, athleticism, and tactical utility across the squad. Special teams have also been addressed with the signing of Greg Joseph to the practice squad. Joseph brings a solid kicking record, and while the immediate excitement may not be sky-high, the underlying significance is clear. This move creates competition for Daniel Carlson and reinforces the idea that accountability and performance matter. Carlson has struggled at times, and adding Joseph signals that the Raiders are serious about improving consistency and reliability in their kicking game. Special teams often decide tight games, and having someone like Joseph in the mix could spur better performance and maintain pressure on all players to stay sharp. Competition breeds improvement, And this strategic addition might not just improve kicking percentages, but also the morale and preparation of the entire unit. Looking ahead to Monday Night Football against the Cowboys, there's reason for cautious optimism mixed with understandable apprehension. The Cowboys have made significant roster adjustments, including activating players like Marvion Overshown and Siobhan Rebel, which strengthens their defensive depth. These changes mean the Raiders will face a different and potentially more formidable defense than anticipated, particularly up front where the offensive line is already under pressure. However, history has shown that this Raiders team can defy expectations. Even after disappointing losses, they've managed to deliver dominant performances, such as the recent 61-23 win over the Chargers. This unpredictability is part of what makes following the Raiders so thrilling. The combination of resilience, raw talent, and strategic execution can turn challenging matchups into memorable victories. Beyond the field, the atmosphere around the team continues to be shaped by the engagement and passion of the fans. Raiders Nation has consistently shown that their support can uplift players during difficult stretches, and the community's enthusiasm can energize the team as much as any tactical adjustment. Fans' reactions to injuries, roster moves, and game outcomes are a constant reminder that football is as much about connection and shared experience as it is about the X's and O's. From cheering for Jackson Powers Johnson to anticipating the performance of newcomers like Caleb Rogers and Jamon Davis, the synergy between team and fans creates a dynamic that fuels motivation and determination. The Raiders' journey this season is being watched closely, and every update, from injury reports to strategic signings, adds a new layer to the narrative that fans follow passionately week after week. This blend of highs and lows, unexpected moves, and individual heroics makes tracking the Raiders an engaging and immersive experience. The challenges faced by the offensive line, the strategic positioning of new defensive players, and the competition within the kicking unit all contribute to a complex but intriguing picture. Each week brings new storylines, and as the team adapts to injuries and roster shifts, fans can expect both moments of tension and moments of exhilaration. Whether it's the excitement around potential playtime for young talent or the reassurance of seeing seasoned players step into key roles, the Raiders' current season offers plenty to discuss, analyze, and anticipate. The emotional aspect of the game cannot be understated either. Watching players like JPJ navigate the uncertainty of injury while maintaining spirit and focus resonates with fans and creates a sense of shared investment in the team's journey. The relationship between players and supporters adds a human dimension to every update, every lineup change, and every game result. Fans' encouragement provides a tangible boost to morale, highlighting the importance of community and loyalty in professional sports. At the same time, observing how coaching decisions unfold, whether in response to injuries or in crafting strategies for upcoming opponents, gives insight into the complexities of team management and the balance between talent, experience, and potential. The Raiders' approach this season demonstrates a combination of resilience, adaptation, and strategic foresight. By focusing on internal talent development while supplementing key positions strategically, the team is navigating a challenging landscape thoughtfully. Young players are given opportunities to step up, veterans are held accountable, and overall, there's a clear intention to strengthen the roster's depth and versatility. The decisions made in response to JPJ's injury, the defensive signings, and the additions to the special teams roster reflect a nuanced approach aimed at long-term growth, immediate competitiveness, and maintaining the team's identity. Every week brings new anticipation, from the opening kickoff to the final whistle, and every development contributes to the evolving story of the Raiders season. Fans are engaged, players are adapting, and coaches are continuously assessing the roster to maximize performance. From injuries to tactical signings, each element shapes the narrative and keeps the Raiders Nation invested in what promises to be an unpredictable but thrilling journey through the season. The combination of strategic moves, player resilience, and passionate support creates an environment where every game is an opportunity, every adjustment has a purpose, and every player can potentially leave a mark that resonates beyond the field. Continuing with the latest from the Las Vegas Raiders, it's clear that the team is navigating a season full of challenges, surprises, and opportunities. While the injury to Jackson Powers-Johnson casts a shadow, it also opens the door for other players to step up and showcase their talent. Players like Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant may get significant playing time, and that could be a defining moment not just for them individually, but for the Raiders' offensive line as a whole. The line will be tested in ways it hasn't been all season, particularly against a Dallas Cowboys defense that has restructured itself with several new contributors, adding unpredictability and intensity to the matchup. Watching how the coaching staff adapts their strategy, shifting players into unfamiliar positions or adjusting blocking schemes, will be a fascinating aspect of Monday night's game. There's a real opportunity here to see younger talent grow under pressure, and it's also a test of the team's depth and resilience. At the same time, the signing of Jamon Davis signals that the Raiders are thinking strategically about how to maintain defensive stability despite the challenges on the offensive line. Davis's athleticism and versatility allow the coaching staff to explore creative approaches, whether that means utilizing him on special teams or in a more conventional linebacker role. It's not just about filling a gap. It's about enhancing the team's overall adaptability. Davis brings a presence that can influence rotations and potentially change how other defensive players like Devin White are deployed. This type of roster flexibility is critical, especially when injuries strike key contributors and the team must respond quickly to maintain competitiveness. Fans should take note that moves like this, though sometimes subtle, are the backbone of mid-season adjustments and can have ripple effects on team performance for weeks to come. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling through the NFL landscape, and the latest one has the entire football world holding its breath. According to whispers coming out of league circles, star wide receiver ODELL Beckham Jr. could be packing his bags once again, this time for the glittering lights of Las Vegas. Multiple sources close to the situation suggest that the Raiders have emerged as a serious contender for Beckham services, setting the stage for one of the most headline-grabbing moves in recent years. The talk began quietly, almost as background noise, when insiders mentioned that Beckham had been spotted in Nevada recently. At first, few paid attention. After all, OBJ has been known to make appearances in major cities for fashion events and business ventures. But things started heating up when reports surfaced of Beckham meeting with Raiders representatives at an undisclosed location. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the idea of him donning the silver and black has spread like wildfire across social media. For Las Vegas, a team always chasing both relevance and excitement, Beckham could be the perfect fit. His flair, his confidence, and his undeniable playmaking ability align perfectly with the city's bold identity. The Raiders have been in search of a true marquee name to bring energy back to Allegiant Stadium, and Beckham, with his showmanship and proven track record, fits that bill perfectly. Skeptics argue that OBJ's best years may already be behind him, citing injuries and inconsistency. Yet those close to the player insist he's in top shape, training relentlessly and eager to prove doubters wrong. He wants to remind everyone who he is, said one anonymous source. Vegas might just be the stage for his comeback performance. Whether this turns out to be smoke or fire, one thing is certain: the Raiders have everyone talking. The thought of Beckham catching passes under the neon glow of the Strip feels almost too cinematic to be true. But in the city where spectacle is everything, maybe that's exactly the point. The buzz won't die down anytime soon, and until there's an official word, the rumor mill will keep spinning under the desert sky. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.